Change beliefs like changing hats. There's a famous story about the farmer and his 3 sons. One son finds a horse. His neighbors say he's lucky. The farmer says, maybe. Then his son breaks his leg while trying to tame the horse. His neighbors say he's unlucky. The farmer says, maybe. Then the country goes to war. They collect all able-bodied men. They lose the war and everybody dies, except the son with a broken leg. His neighbors who don't have any sons to run their farm say he's lucky. The farmer once again says, maybe. This is an example of how time itself can reframe events. Time and the unpredictable unfolding of reality. There are 2 basic versions of history. One is a bunch of dudes get together and come up with a plan. Then everybody thinks that plan is a great idea, and then everybody puts that plan into action. The opposite is that random stuff just keeps happening, and the dudes in charge take credit for the good stuff. A perfect example of the second theory is the JFK hat theory. Once upon a time, all American dudes wore hats. Then JFK became president and didn't wear a hat, so nobody wore a hat. The theory is that JFK, by example, destroyed the hat-wearing trend. That's one theory. The other theory is that hats and other types of clothing, gloves, etc., were already in decline, only nobody really noticed it. Then JFK shows up and doesn't wear a hat. Then everybody starts to notice all the other dudes who aren't wearing hats. Since they didn't see this before JFK showed up, this creates the most ancient logical fallacy. Post hoc ergo propter hoc. After this, therefore because of this. But did JFK really cause people to stop wearing hats? Or did he just recalibrate everybody's confirmation bias to see the people who were already not wearing hats? Was JFK a trend setter or a trend follower? Human brains are expensive, the most expensive organ in the body gram for gram. So it has evolved a ton of energy-saving features. One is assuming causation when there is merely correlation, or giving up rational thinking when it's easier to follow authority and social proof. No caveman would ever have survived if he demanded a logical discussion before taking any kind of action. Another famous dude is Socrates. He was famous for plenty of things, least of which was getting murdered by the state for not worshiping the right gods, but also for proving that nobody had any beliefs that were true. Whatever people thought was true, he could prove they weren't. Now, this is not a recommended party trick, but it is a good idea to understand that all those beliefs in your brain cannot be true, even though you may think they are. And since no beliefs are true, why not ditch the ones that don't help you and create some that will? To learn how, visit mindpersuasion.com/3x3.